My message has been received. I just emailed a counseling center that was recommended to me because last year sucked. And this year started off worse. So ask for help, people. Finally doing it. I've been saying I'd do it for a long time. So I guess this is what I do now. Talk to cameras. You hear artists talk all the time about all the hard work that they put in to get to where they are today. But you never really get to hear what that work was. And I even see artists that have, like, just begun touring and writing albums and stuff like that they're on their way to being crazy huge. But I still wonder, like, what did they do to get to the point of touring and getting signed and stuff like that? I always said that I'd never vlog unless I felt like I had a story to tell unique to me. So here we are. Video diaries of a musician trying to make it. This will either be a good record of my journey so far, or it'll be a great what not to do if I don't make it. So, thanks for joining me on this. So, funny thing, I was just getting in the car for work and was offered a surprise 30-minute gig this weekend with my friends, Acre. So, I guess we'll prep for that tonight, and you get to watch it. I started recording these like literally 10 minutes ago, so this is great timing. Life in motion, you know? Just really... Words are fun. I got this guy recently because it's the one that Cave Town has, so I figure it must be good enough for me if it's good enough for him. I'm working on some cool stuff with this. Listening to this podcast by a psychologist, I think he is. His name's Henry Cloud, talking about leadership. And he was meaning more in the corporate world, but I figure with what I'm trying to do, career-wise, I'm going to be the leader of myself and then eventually a team of people, and so it'd be good skills to learn. But he just gave kind of a step-by-step rundown of what you need to do to be successful. And one of those things was, I mean, it was all really common sense stuff, but stuff I needed to hear. One of which was to make a plan and then list out the steps in order to complete that plan. And I always had the end goal in mind, but it wasn't until recently that I decided to do the steps part. So one of those steps that I found is that I need to get a set together before I can find places to play. Because I can't play anything at a place that I find if I don't have anything to play. I've got a 30-minute set. The question is, what do I do about covers? Like, you have to figure out what purpose they serve within your set. Luckily, I have enough originals to fill the 30 minutes, so I don't need any to fill time, but they're really good at getting people engaged in what you're doing. The only problem is that I listen to primarily two bands that most people don't know very much about. that being 21 Pilots and Switchfoot. 21 Pilots, lots of people know about them. I just mean your typical person that would go to your local brewery / pizzeria, which is where I'm playing, wouldn't care very much. So it becomes a question of integrity. Am I going to play something more popular and sacrifice meaning and performance value in order to get people engaged, or am I going to do something that I believe in and that I feel confident in, but won't really get people to listen? So that's what I'm going to straighten out right now. I think for what I'm going for, it'd probably be better to do something that I believe in, and not many people would know, because the passion is probably going to speak more than familiarity. This needs to tune really bad. I don't know if other artists do this, but I put a lot of time into planning out the order of my sets and the transitions of my sets. Because I have gone to a lot of shows, and the thing that really sets certain bands apart is whenever they don't finish a song and go, okay, here's another song that I wrote, and then play the next thing. It's really impressive whenever they have transitions planned out, or like little stories or something like that. So I always try to focus on that. But I don't have a lot of time for memorizing. I haven't played a show since September, so this will be interesting. This is where I work. Got a nice photo of my friend here. Love that guy. I work in the office administration area of a local church that I've been going to since I was like 11. So I was working under somebody, but he moved on. So now I'm in charge of all communication and finances, some of the financial stuff here, and just basically all the random things that go on, because churches are a nonprofit organization, and so there's a lot of logistical stuff that needs to happen. Just finished a shift at work. It's like a solid 5 hours of typing on a computer. Pretty productive, if you ask me. Oh, look! My friend Acre's band practice. 5 feet from my office.
Sally used to work on the time. Oh, crap.
I've got my script written out. Oh, you can't see it. I'm going to practice in my office for a little bit while they work on their stuff, because we're going to a birthday party later. Well, that was interesting. A good time, really. I think that's the most people my age that have been around in a long time. We had a dance party in the kitchen. I moshed to Crazy Frog. I'd say overall a successful night.
Where's the bathroom, sir?
Perfect. We'll just print this.
Come on, Aaron, you can't do that.
Why not?
I started thinking in an Irish accent because of this show.
Controversy, are you?
Yes. Actually, yes, I am. Something like this could go on a permanent record, Aaron.
It woke me up a couple nights ago,
Permanent record or
and I couldn't think
tell this burger
not in an Irish accent.
my permanent record. Count me out. Fine.
I think it triggered something deep in my heritage.
That's true.
I just finished going through my Instagram and turning it into like an artist profile, more like I now follow like 30 people instead of 300. I went a couple months without social media for the most part for personal reasons, but I found that my life is a lot more peaceful without social media, and the only reason that I would ever get addicted to it is because I would justify it saying, well, I need to post because I'm like an internet person. So what I've done is just remove the addictive part out of it. Now there's nobody to check up on, nobody to keep track of, because I unfollowed everyone that I know personally. So here's to not filling moments with constant entertainment, but actually thinking for myself and letting myself get bored so that I can be creative. It'll be interesting, I think. This is the most solid breakaway from social media that I've ever done, so see how it goes. Acre is setting up for their first gig this weekend right now. This is Jennifer. She's my friend. Acre gig last night was a success, I think. There was line dancing, so I think if that is how you measure success here in Texas, they did it. The gig tonight is coming up in a couple hours, so I'm excited for that. Final thoughts before the gig. Pretty excited. I feel really good about it. I'm gonna try and think of it as more of one of those live streams that I do with like 50 people watching by myself in my room, than me standing up in front of 50 people staring at me. That should help. Here we go. Love me enough to let me go. You love me enough to let me go. Yeah, let me follow through. Let me fall through you. You love me enough to let me go. Find it hard to define, but I should let word in my mind. Find every co-pilot high. For this my brain wasn't designed. Oh, where have I been going? Seems like I have earned my own distrust. I'm trying to keep my head up. Pessimistic love, I see humanity in us, and I'm terrified of it. Let's go to the start. If I find our hearts, I'll lose myself. If I don't reach out, to find us, how long must I wait? Union's been on strike, it's out The venue just gave us free pretzels.
Free pretzel.
And beer.
Cheese. Alright, guys, how do you think it went?
It went good.
So
Really
good.
great.
Who, you or us?
Both.
You did really, really good.
We did really, really, really good. I'm just kidding.
It was awesome. I wish you were there. I wish you would have come.
Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
Awesome.
Next time.
Next time you'll be there. Next time you'll be there. Please.
Cool.